Today, April 23rd, is known as Holocaust Remembrance Day. It is in commemoration of the 6 million Jews who were killed in the Holocaust by Nazi Germany during World War II.
It is a day of mourning and remembrance, as well as education. And here to help educate us today is our guest, Julie Brill. She's the author of Hidden in Plain Sight. Welcome to Great Day, Washington.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for being here. This is a big day because your book comes out today
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Tell us about this family memoir that you wrote.
Yes, so it is the story of my family. My father was born in 1938 in Belgrade, Yugoslavia. 3 years later, the Holocaust started. That's actually his earliest memory, the German bombing. I always wondered how he had survived. The stories didn't really make any sense, in part because I didn't understand the history of the Holocaust in Yugoslavia. And so I did some research to try to understand. And the book is really the story of my father and I learning our family story that the Nazis stole from us and going to Belgrade, Serbia. And I wanted to share it because the story of the Jews of Yugoslavia is really unknown.
And you were able to do this together?
Yes,
that you
my
were
dad
able,
and I.
What was that like? I can't imagine the emotions.
It was amazing. My dad lived in Belgrade until he was 10, so it was very much his hometown. I had never been, and we came back together. I think we think about history as being handed down parent to child, and I handed the family history back to my father, which was just, I think, really amazing for both of us.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there was an extensive amount of research that you did together. I read that you met family members you didn't know that you had.
Yes.
You had these trips to Serbia. Tell us about that research.
Yes, so I mean, I think we learn about history and we think, oh, the past is the past and there's nothing more to know. And I mean, I researched documents that even a few years ago had been unavailable and found all kinds of stories. So my grandmother never knew what happened to my grandfather. He was murdered. She really hoped that he was alive her whole life. We found out all of the details. In Judaism, there's a tradition of lighting a candle and saying prayers on the day that the person died, on the anniversary of that day. And now we have that day to be able to do that for my grandfather.
What is today like for you, Holocaust Remembrance Day, for you to be able to share your family story and then also be able to share with people who maybe don't know the details?
It's all the emotions. I mean, Holocaust Remembrance Day is, you know, we mourn 6 million innocent people who were murdered, Jews, just for being Jewish. It's also a day of recognizing resilience and resistance. So it marks the anniversary of the Jewish Warsaw Ghetto uprising. I think of my father had 3 uncles who were partisans fighting, you know, for Yugoslavia. So it's a very complex, emotional day.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that this book will be available at the Holocaust Museum.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Tell us how you were able to get that.
It's so meaningful for me. Part of why I wrote the book was I went to the museum, I went to the bookshop. Their books are listed alphabetically by country. I went to Y for Yugoslavia and there were no books. And that was really the moment when I was like, it's not just family stories, this needs to be a book out in the world. And now there'll be a book under Y. It will be this book, Hidden in Plain Sight.
Yeah.
How many years did it take for you to do this? That it's now here. I mean, today, this has got to be a big day.
It's a big day. I feel like in one sense, my whole life.
Yeah.
My father would tell me these stories of his very early memories when I was a very young child. So it was almost like child to child, we were having this conversation about what had happened. It almost felt like it happened to me. So in that sense, always. Really since 2017 when my younger daughter went to college and I had an empty nest and the time and the energy to be able to do this.
Nearly 10 years later.
Yeah, a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, that is absolutely incredible. And how has the rest of your family felt about this book?
I mean, again, the mixed emotions, but my parents are just so very proud. And now we have our story out in the world.
All right. Thank you for sharing it with us today.
Yeah,
we appreciate
thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, you can head to juliebrill.com to get your copy of her book, Hidden in Plain Sight, a family memoir and the untold story of the Holocaust in Serbia.